Hey, everybody's subscribing to 9 Games, and today, well, let's talk about it. What the fuck, Sony, and what the fuck, Microsoft. So, I've had a couple of people ask me my thoughts about it. Somebody on here asked me to do a video about it. Here's how I feel about it. I started to collect a lot on this channel back in 2010 to 2013. I went back and rebought everything that I wanted when I was a kid, that I had to get rid of from either losing or moving or being poor and having to trade shit in to get new stuff. And then around like 2013, there are channels that started when I started. And I'm gonna say something kind of shitty, but I like some of these channels. Metal Jesus Rocks. I love that guy. I've been subscribed to him since he started his channel, and he's hugely popular and deservedly so because he puts in a lot of work. However, channels like his getting the success that they have has made the cost of physical game collecting damn near impossible for people. And like I'm at a point in my life where you guys will see every time a game comes out, I post a welcome to the collection. And now it's like, do I want to buy a new? There's a kid up there who's gonna be loud. I can't do anything about it. It's summertime. So it gets to a point now where it's like, well, there are a bunch of new games coming out that I like, and I could spend a few $100s and get these games. Or I could spend a few $100s and get one fucking game that I actually want from my childhood, and I don't want to do that. Like, I even feel dirty capitalizing on that. This was probably about 2017, 2018. I sold my Rule of Rose because I didn't even know how much it was worth. I did it in the video, and it said the sticker that I got it. I bought that shit for $19.99 at random one day because I was like, the time that came out, we didn't have fucking social media. We had MySpace, but there wasn't, nobody was talking about Rule of Rose. So it wasn't really on my radar at the time. And plus, I think I was playing 360. Yeah, I had a 360 by the time I bought Rule of Rose. But, so regardless, I made a video, and someone said, do you know how much that's actually worth? And I popped that shit up on eBay for $300, and it was gone immediately. Because I had that shit. All I did was just take the sleeve and switch it into another actual PlayStation case, like a original PlayStation case, PlayStation 2 game case, with the instruction manual. I had a complete inbox, and that shit only got played like 2 times by me. It was perfect. I didn't really care for the game, so I wasn't upset that I let it go. But I am now, because what I sold Rule of Rose for, I could sell pretty much any one of my Silent Hills, with the exception of a couple. But all of my old Silent Hills, I could sell for the same fucking price if I wanted to. But I don't want to. I want to own them. I want to have them. I want to be able to put them in and play them whenever I want. But because collecting got so expensive, I was just like, well, fuck it. I'll buy digital re-releases. I'll buy all this stuff, like, because there's a bunch of games that they don't have hard copies for and physical copies. And this happened in the 360 and PS3 era. PC is completely excluded from this conversation. Because first and foremost, Steam is never going to take your games from you. This is the nicest company in the world. They will never ever take your games from you. Like 100% can guarantee you that Gabe Newell would die on that sword to protect the consumers. He's a god among men, and I'm not even a PC guy, so that's high compliments. So PC is completely excluded from here. And plus, it's just the nature of the service that it's obviously you're not getting physical copies of the games. But if you buy a video game console, the option to have a physical copy of that game should always be there. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if I'm going to invest that much digitally, and this is coming from somebody who, this is trackable. This is trackable on this channel. You can see this. I have well over $25,000 invested in the PlayStation Store, starting from PS4 and up, because I don't even show my PS3 digital collection. I have hundreds of games in there too. I should really do a video about that. But no, I actually just hooked up my PS3, because when we were talking about physical games and you know, Sony with their no physical games initiatives, fucking stupid, I went and dug out a bunch of my old games. And this, by the way, that's how this happened. Because I just grabbed a few games that I liked so I could do a video about the physical games, and that's when I fucking broke this. So it was really hard to sit down and do a video justifying digital versus physical when I went to take one of my games out very carefully and fucking snapped it in half. So I literally I was gonna do a rant, and before I even recorded the video, I got like instantly slapped down because I was about to say something about, you know, physical media preservation, and I was like, it snapped in half, and I was like, no more Doom. Unless I buy another one. I mean, I have my digital backups of this, but still, it's not the same. Now I can't pop this into a console. I'm gonna buy another one, you know? But it's just like, that sucked. What would really suck is if that $25,000 that I invested on the PlayStation Store, and by the time some of you see this video, it'll probably go up another $1,000. Because I buy things digital, but if the physical option's there, I buy both, because then I don't have to open the physical version, you know? Or if someone in my house also wants to play it, because we all have our own PS5s and we have our own Series X's, so we just pass the games around. That's another facet of it. You can and you can't do that on consoles. The fact that if everybody's in the same household, you know, you're all on the same router connected online, everyone in that house should be able to share games. It's fucking insane. I understand why they don't do it, but realistically, come on, man. I don't know. I'll have to do another video about this, the one that I wanted to do, where I actually bring all the games out. I have games from each console that I have, there's hard copies of, and it's like games from my childhood until now that I'm sharing with my children. And it's like, some weird shit happens, you know. PlayStation is a Japanese, well, company is Sony, but PlayStation is a Japanese brand owned by a Japanese company. I have no idea what the fuck's gonna happen in the future. What if I magically can't connect to, you know, Sony Interactive, or I can't connect to anything Sony anymore? Just say the world's worst scenario could happen, and, you know, everybody just becomes their own independent land and nobody gets any outside communication. I think that'd be really healthy for a while, actually. I had a whole, like, multicultural, you know, different areas having a purge in my head. I've had a weird week. Anyway, I forgot where the fuck I was even going with that. Holy shit. That's why I didn't do it. So anyways, I had all these games that I was going to do the video for. And like I said, I cracked my Doom in half, and then I was like, I'm so fucking angry. I was like, because now I got the digital assault, you know, like, we know people in our house that not live in our house, but people in my house know people who work at Bethesda. That's how we get some information. Sometimes that's how I get information. Guess what? They don't work there anymore. This is ridiculous. Like, they gutted id. They what did they say? They got rid of 160 or 140 to 160 jobs. Right? It only has like 200 employees. They fucking destroyed that company. And then everyone's like, Revelation's amazing. Like, that's great. And how did you congratulate the people that made that for you? If you don't think they're going to replace these people with AI, that's a whole nother video I can do. Because I'm on the fence about that. I can't come out and be like, AI. But then there's, you know, the environmental effects, the humanitarian effects, the fact that, like, my college degree became void the minute that that AI apps and assistants entered offices, you know, I have a programming degree. Fucking useless. That was a useless investment. Um, I don't know where the fuck I'm going with any any of this. It's like I don't know. I don't know what Microsoft is doing. Um, I feel like I'm excited about whatever. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I'm extremely tired. Obsidian making a Fallout. I'm actually pretty excited about that, right? Because Obsidian, well, Outer Worlds is not my cup of tea. It's more so the environment and stuff that it didn't really catch me. I don't know. My wife loves it though. She played 1 and 2. I did like New Vegas. New Vegas is the one that I played the least of, but that does not make it a bad game. I love New Vegas. I still play New Vegas. I pop in a couple times a year because I have a hard copy of it. I also own it digitally, but whatever. Um, it's a good game. Obviously, I fucking love Fallout, so why would I not love it? Right? It's just expanded Fallout 3, you know? So I'm excited about what they're doing with that, but then I'm like, State of Decay, Undead Labs, is for sale. Do you know how many people on Xbox have been waiting for State of Decay 3? And then you're gonna just sell your... They're not even done. Supposedly there's gonna be things in place where it gets its releases on other consoles and whatever. Like, they gotta follow through the schedule. It was kind of like the same deals that Microsoft had when they bought Bethesda, which is coming next because they're gonna start wiping people out. I say this all the time to people when I'm arguing online, when I'm bored or whatever. Microsoft bought companies because it had nothing to do with the games. They don't care about making the games. They want the names. They want the property. And then they'll let other people do things with the property. Like, I don't care what everybody else thinks on the internet. I fucking love the Fallout show on Amazon. But that's the type of shit that Microsoft bought it for. And I mean, they're a massive corporation, so they figured it out a long time ago. But with gaming, I feel like they really figured that out when they bought Mojang, right? Because they got Minecraft, and then they just revealed that Minecraft has been funding fucking all of Xbox for the last few years. You know, so that Minecraft money that they're making is well beyond the actual game. You know, you got movies, toys. There's so many fucking Minecraft branded things that my children have been getting since the day that they were born. One of my kids, I won't embarrass him if you're watching, bud, sorry. One of my kids had the mushroom as a stuffed animal when they were a baby, and they still have it, the same one, to this day. So Minecraft's been a massive thing for not just kids, just families. Like, it's a family friendly thing. So they see that, and then they started buying other companies like en masse, right? But they didn't do the function with them. You know what I mean? Like, Fallout's gonna be okay because regardless of what fucking people hate this week or whatever it's popular to talk shit about, the next Fallout's gonna sell amazingly. Everyone knows it, right? So they can, like, fuck around, and they can take time off, and they can do 76 and Shelter and ignore the people that are asking for the single player game that we all actually want. And fuck around and make 2 seasons of a show and wait 10 years and re-release the game, whatever, because they know that people are going to buy Fallout. But you can't buy Ninja Theory and then sit on Hellblade. You need to be active with Hellblade, something like that, because you bought them because of that game. Even though Heavenly Sword, I think, is their best game. But you bought them based off of Hellblade. You don't wait a million years to release the next one. You pump money into that company and you have them make another game. Because I guarantee you that if more people played Hellblade and you kept up with it and you didn't lose people's interest with a massive time gap, that shit would have been a show on Amazon and I would have watched it. So it's scary when Microsoft buys something, because we all know what companies do when they buy something. EA buys something, um, they push people into the avenue that they want, and they strip away the things that make it great. In my, humble opinion, I think that they did something terrible with BioWare. Um, and it's not like any of the people can disagree with this, but I don't think there's no really horrible Mass Effect. I don't play Dragon Age, so I can't speak to that series. But like, no, Knights of the Old Republic was my shit. Jade Empire was my shit. What is BioWare now? So I feel like EA sucks the life out of people. And then Microsoft now is like sucking the fun out of it, or because they just want the entertainment. And to be fair, Phil Spencer said when the original Xbox One was coming out, that it was a multimedia machine. And I heard we are now a multimedia company. That's what I heard. And I wasn't wrong. And I'm pretty sure I have a video about that somewhere on here. I'm going to actually go look for that now so I can clip it for my physical collection one. But anyways, I spent a lot of time on Xbox because I'm going to gather some things and make about a half-hour long video and just shit on Sony. Because I got to actually see what Xbox is doing. I think they're gutting their companies and they're selling off their properties that are weaker, or letting people buy themselves back out to be independent again. Like Double Fine, I'm very excited that Double Fine is going to be independent again. But I don't know. I feel like they're gonna gut these companies. They're gonna fucking have AI do 80% of the work, and people who play the games that are excited, you're not gonna notice. Like, they're not gonna let an unpolished. Let's say the next Call of Duty is fucking 50% AI, 50% human, right? I don't think the people playing Call of Duty are going to be able to tell the difference, because they complain about something every time one comes out. Everybody does that with the annual things. It's just the way it is. So they'll pick at something. They'll probably blame it on AI, but they're not going to let something super unpolished go out that, because that's a huge investment that makes a lot of money. I went in the wrong career field for the last 20 years. Thank you guys for watching.